Time now for the morning rush. We are expecting to hear an update this morning at 10 from NMSU Chancellor Dan Arvizu after the firing of the school's head men's basketball coach, Greg Heyer. Arvizu has already made promises to hold those involved in the hazing allegations in the men's basketball program accountable. NMSU says it will consider the fate of the rest of the coaching staff after more investigations are completed.
An Albuquerque man is facing charges this morning, accused of killing a woman for her Social Security money. Investigators believe his wife helped him cover it up. Peggy Meyer's remains were spotted by a rancher south of Madrid back in March of 2020. Now, the couple Meyer lived with, James and Beverly Bradley, are facing charges for killing her and hiding her body.
Another vacant building in downtown Albuquerque will soon be getting a makeover. The property on 8th and Central, formerly the Hotel Blue, has been vacant for the last few years. Within the next few weeks, the hotel will begin its transformation into boutique hotel Arrive Albuquerque. That is scheduled to be finished at the end of next year. Erica.
And here's a look at our school day forecast. Schools are on a delay this morning. Temperatures are at 29 now. They'll warm up a few degrees by later on, but we're only going to see a high of 34 today, so it's going to feel like winter out there with snow on the ground, cold temperatures, and high winds across the state.
A bill that would allow students to spend more time learning outdoors is going back to the drawing board. Changes are being considered that would make it easier for schools to implement while providing resources for teachers to operate outside.
This morning, staff at the Mesalands Community College in Tucumcari is now calling for the removal of its president. An executive board voted 8-0, saying that President Dr. Greg Bush raised the salaries and kept hiring without considering the budget. They say that he also hid the college's money problems and created a hostile work environment.
The number of complaints to the city of Albuquerque's graffiti team seems to be increasing. So far this year, the graffiti team has responded to a little over 3,000 separate graffiti markings, averaging from 130 to 150 calls per day. Last year, they say they cleaned up 40,000 sites. Erica.
Look at our Metro Threat Index. It is high today as we have some very snowy roads across the city and the state. We're going to see more snow in parts of northern New Mexico today, and so make sure that you are using caution out there.
We are now learning more about the victims from Monday night's shooting at Michigan State University. The students killed have been identified as junior Ariel Henderson, sophomore Brian Frazier, and junior Alexandria Werner. Investigators are still trying to figure out why a suspect with no affiliation to the university chose to target it.
Hyundai and Kia have developed new software to make stealing a vehicle much harder. The companies are offering a free software patch to 8.3 million vehicle owners whose cars are believed to be easy to steal. The companies have already started providing updates to the most vulnerable models.
The death toll has now reached 41,000 from earthquakes in Turkey and Syria. Those left homeless and hungry are voicing concerns about the slow pace of aid deliveries. Those shipments are now flowing more quickly while the UN launches a fundraising effort for more than 5 million Syrians left homeless by the earthquakes. Erica.
All right, let's get a check on the morning drive. There are a couple of accidents out there on the road, including one on Atrisco and I-40, which is causing lanes to close in both directions. Aaron, here's a look to Zoe Mintz.
Yes, this morning things are still flowing smoothly, but do be aware roadways are wet. Although they're not snow covered anymore, please give yourself an extra couple of minutes on your early Wednesday morning commute because things are definitely slippery out here. So I want to make sure everybody stays safe.
One bride is now seeing the world in a whole different light. Kristen Robinson not only got to celebrate her wedding day in Disney World, but she was also able to do it in color. That's all thanks to some specialty glasses. Her wedding day was illuminated in color for the first time in her life because she was born colorblind.
And time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, another vacant building in downtown Albuquerque is going to soon be getting a highly anticipated makeover. The property on 8th and Central, most recently known as Hotel Blue, has been there since 1965 and has been vacant for the last few years. Well, the pandemic, the costs, and the contractor issues prevented the project developer from starting construction back in 2020. But within the next few weeks, Hotel Blue will begin its transformation that's into boutique hotel to be called Arrive Albuquerque. The $22 million project is scheduled to be finished by the end of next year.
At number 4, an Albuquerque man is facing charges this morning, accused of killing a woman for her Social Security money. Now, investigators believe his wife helped him cover it up. Peggy Meyer's remains were spotted by a rancher south of Madrid back in March 2020. Now the couple Meyer lived with, James and Beverly Bradley, are facing charges. Beverly told investigators James beat Meyer to death with a golf club, and investigators say Beverly helped James dispose of the body.
At number 3, 2 state lawmakers are now proposing for more time for students to be out of the classroom and learning outdoors. Democratic Senator Correa Hemphill says that Senate Bill 289 would give K through 12 teachers the curriculum and physical resources needed for the mandate. Well, that could include shade coverings, chairs, and outdoor chalkboards. The bill saw support in Monday's Senate Education Committee, although some members raising concerns that the proposal would put a burden on schools by revamping standards for all subjects and grade levels at once. Currently, Hemphill expects more than $1 million to be appropriated for the outdoor programs. She also says that the new version may leave it up to school districts to implement the new curriculum.
At number 2, happening this morning, we're expecting to hear an update from NMSU Chancellor Dan Arvizu after the firing of the school's head men's basketball coach. Arvizu has already made promises to hold those involved in the hazing allegation in the men's basketball program accountable. NMSU says it will consider the fate of the rest of the coaching staff after more investigators are completed. There is a press conference scheduled for this morning at 10. We'll keep you updated on air and online at KRQE.com.
And at number 1, we are seeing snow showers across the state, and these are going to continue pushing through eastern and northern New Mexico throughout the daytime hours. Expect these road conditions to improve in the metro, but they will stay bad in the northern half of the state.